So my name is Francesca Zonarz. I am a cinematographer. I live in between Greece and Italy, and this is where I work also. The scene was part of a documentary called Body Shaping, which is a combination of interviews and fictional sketches. The whole documentary is about gender issues, so what it means femininity and masculinity today, and what it means to be born as a girl and grow up as a woman, and the same for a boy. It was supposed to be a remake of a very famous Greek song from the 50s called Sklava, which in English means the slave. The scene is divided into two parts because on the first part we recreated the 50s atmosphere. The whole inspiration is a Greek film called Koritsya ya Philima, which in English is Girls to be Kissed, in which the famous singer Zenivanu was singing for the audience. Basically, we create this setup with a red velvet curtain behind the actress, and she was singing in front of it. So we try to recreate this atmosphere. In the second part of the scene, on the contrary, we have a more aggressive and modern setup, because the red curtain opens up and it shows, and behind it we see that there is a LED wall projection some video contents that we had previously shot, some details of the body and the face of the actress. And in front of the LED wall, the same actress is singing and dancing. Makeup and the hair are more 80s than 50s. There is a very big difference in the way I decided to light these two scenes. In the first one, my challenge was trying to recreate the vintage mood of the 50s. The challenge was to use only LED lamp's head to lit something that was from another age. For this part of the scene, I decided to use only orbiters, more or less. So I had on the pipe grid that was behind the actress that we used to hang the red curtain, I had two orbiters for backlight. We used open face optics with 15 degrees. And then for the key light, I had an orbiter and I experimented the Fresnel lens, which was a tool that I really wanted to to see and learn. And then we had a SkyPanel X for fill light with a dome. I wanted something really soft. Also, we had for the spotlight on the red curtain in the intro of the song, we used another orbiter with projection optics 35 degrees. More or less, this was the lighting setup. I think we had other two sky panels, 120 for some soft light on the curtains. We had a tool to control the lights because we used the lighting console, which was something that saved us a lot of time on set and was helpful not only to control the white balance and the intensity of the light, but we had a small, let's say, choreography because we have the actress coming into the frame. She's lit only with the backlight. Then there is the key light and the soft light. Then there is the spot. So the lighting console was something that was really, really helpful. Talking about the second part of the video, I decided to replace all the orbiters with the SkyPanel X. I decided to use on the 3 sky panel that I had the hyperoptics. At the beginning, I wanted to use it only for the backlight because I wanted something hard as a backlight. At the end, I decided to switch from the dome to the hyperoptics. I found this tool really interesting for the SkyPanel X because I noticed that the intensity of the light drastically changes. I mean, I was measuring and there were more or less 4 stops of difference between the dome and the hyperoptics. So this was really impressive. The whole idea of the two completely different setups was to switch from a more warm and enveloping light, soft, to a more aggressive, modern lighting setup. So this is exactly why I decided at the end to use the hyperoptics also for lighting the actress. This was something that really helped me to have a drastic shift in between the two scenes. I was happily surprised by both accessories from the Orbiter and the Skypanel X. When I saw the kind of lights that it creates, it totally recalls the old tungsten Fresnel lights that I used to to work with and that I learned back in cinema school. So for this shooting, we decided to use Alexa 35, and it was the first time for me. And I was really curious about the new feature, the textures. We tried some textures. At the very end, I decided to go for the nostalgic. I was in a way afraid because usually it's like choosing the film stock. So it's something that you don't go back. But I'm in color these days. I think the result is exactly what I wanted. There is the right amount of grain that I needed for the first part of the video, in which we are in the 50s. And as I said, I wanted this vintage atmosphere.